Back to another exciting session of Acquisitions Incorporated, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, welcome everybody.
Welcome, guys.
Now, let us go around the table and introduce our characters again. So tonight we have, starting at the top, Nishi.
Hi. My character is Aurella Dawnsong, otherwise known as Aura. I am an Asimar rogue.
Awesome. And then next we have Noble.
I am Bolgan Stormdringer, former stonemason and all-around nice big guy. Part-time barbarian, but, you know, when that comes up it's an issue, but otherwise, nice guy.
Then we have Galdor.
Hello, I'm Galdor. I'm playing Wiffen. He's a male half-elf warlock.
And last... Oh, sorry.
Nah, I don't think I have anything else to add for now.
And last we have Walls.
I'm Walls, otherwise known as Tiefling Bard. I am playing Julay, the Verdant Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Gesundheit.
Shut up, buffoon!
Okay.
The chosen by the gods is talking.
I see we're already in character already. Excellent. Okay, so let us set the mood as we recap on what has happened last session. So, the first session of our campaign, our characters who have never met before had all come under the Acquisitions headquarters to potentially look into, or at least were invited in some form or fashion, to look for a job of some sorts. But apparently there was also a bit of an odd mix-up, because Omendron himself apparently had confused the characters with someone else, or at least someone else within his chain of the company. And with that said, before any questions were to be asked or answered, the company was left with, well, a hefty sum for a potential job, which Aura has decided to take up on that funding offer and had divided the coin out evenly amongst the party. And thus, they started to make their way out of the Acking headquarters. Of course, they had a little issue leaving because apparently things were not exactly as they were originally. But they did eventually manage to get out. And as they had been traversing the city of Waterdeep, as they head to the Dockward district, they had been encountering a bit of an issue as well as trouble. At first it was just a simple urchin merchant who was selling rather interesting odd-end trinkets as well as potions and maps for the city, because, well, this is quite a large city and one can easily get lost if one is not familiar with the streets. But of course, then the outburst of flash mob rioting began.
With all the fun.
Which, unbeknownst to the party, the Dockward is a rather violent section of the city. More cases than others in some days. This just happens to be not their day. After dealing with the current threat that they had encountered with one of the mobs, they realized that one of the bodies was, let's just say, it wasn't exactly alive, but it wasn't exactly dead. Unknowns as to why the body was like this, one of them did manage to identify that the individual was brought back in a very unknown means of a raised dead effect. As for it keeping intact with its intelligence, which is unknown. As the mob, as well as the violence and chaos, started to enclose around them, the party had decided to duck into the alleyway to try to avoid a good portion of the violence. At which point, they managed to get away as well as closer to their destination. As they were heading, though, they had encountered a very odd individual an old male human who was hobbling down the street. And as they kind of were watching this, he was then suddenly grabbed by, well, it looked like a pair of meaty arms. As some of the companions decided to investigate this, the two individuals were a Duergar female as well as a female tiefling. And according to Jule, they were speaking Infernal and were demanding something from them. That is where we apparently last left off. So,
I'm going to indicate to Jule and start heading back towards our party members.
Carefully go back to them as well.
alright.
You want us to go ahead and roll stealth or...
No, you're good for the moment.
Alright.
Well, good news. The old man is still alive. It seems as though I don't understand what they're saying, our little friend here is able to get the grasp of it, and apparently they're trying to recruit him for something.
Well, I like friends, but if they want friends, that's okay with me too. So I don't think we need to bother them.
I mean, he was just grabbed off the street. That doesn't seem like a good way to make friends, buffoon.
Was he being stabbed? If
At
not,
the same time, he obviously wasn't frightened, and the others didn't seem to be trying to scare or threaten him. Not that I saw.
if he ain't in danger, I say we let him be, because I don't want to start any extra trouble. Some of you guys are still hurt, and I got this guy over my shoulder.
Yes, we do need to figure out what he's all about, don't we?
True.
Alright, so what do your characters do?
Out of character, I mean, as I just said, I think we need to move on. We got several party members who were hurt.
Yeah, like
and I got a guy over my shoulder. I can't wield a halberd and have him over my shoulder at the same time.
On a scale of 1 to, 14, 15, Joulet looks like about, a 3?
I have 6 hit points right now.
A butterfly lands on your nose and takes you out.
I have 6 of 9. So I'm more than I'm more than a little spry. I can take a couple hits.
The bleeding's
but-
mostly stopped.
It would be best to keep those of us who are heavily injured, if we do take this on, to the back, which makes no sense for my specialties.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so
And I'm going to have to use one-handed weapons if I'm going to fight, because, once again, guy over my shoulder. If I set him down and somebody drags him off, we lose with that little lead we got.
alright.
Also, if he wakes up, then he'll just run for it.
Yeah.
Okay, well... Alright, well, since you guys do technically have to walk by the alleyway that you need to get past, so give me a general stealth check.
Alright,
Okay.
stealth.
A general stealth check, as in one for the group, or everyone separate?
Everyone's separate.
That was cocked.
So,
15.
Natural 1.
Well, I was going to say, hey, does it count with the guy over my shoulder? But with a natural one, I don't know if I even need to roll at this point.
Okay.
I
It's
mean,
a
it could be.
14. Excuse me, 16
It could
total.
be
Doesn't matter.
it could be a matter of how many of us pass versus how many of us fail.
Yeah. I got a
I got a
16.
19 in total.
Okay, so we got a 16, a 15, a nat 1, and what did you have, Noble?
Mine was a
I had a
16.
I had a 19.
Yeah. What did Noble have?
16.
Okay. So, majority of the group does manage to try to whiz by the area without making any type of sound. Julie, on the other hand, while you tried being nice, you did manage to kick a stall that was kind of along the street, and it's like, oh shoot, that's gonna give me away.
Fucking stall!
And
Just an angry small child.
and it's like you tried to like hide away from the alleyway so you aren't seen, or at least try to cover up the voice. And it's like, you're the only one who understands Infernal, yes?
Yes.
It's like, what was that?
I would like to attempt to act like I'm actually a small child.
At first, it's like you don't hear any movement, and it's like, who cares? This is a waste of our time. At which point, you start hearing footsteps, but they aren't going in the same direction that you are.
Okay, they aren't following me. That's good.
But you do hear another footstep, though, as apparently the old man starts walking out of the alleyway. And it's like, he looks in your direction, but he doesn't look at you.
I'm confused, but I'm looking at him and I'm kind of waving at him.
Did the rest of us notice this?
That depends. Do you keep your eyes on each other?
I mean, if she knocked something over, I would have heard it.
Sure. And it's like he's not smiling, he's just looking, and it's like he looks in his direction, but not exactly at him.
Right. I move over to Gillet and I say, "Do you mind?" And I grab about the waist and lift her up to rest against me to carry her.
All right.
I allow myself to be carried.
Team
All right.
piggyback rides are the best.
As you prep to pick Yule up, the individual's eyes come into focus and become as sober as a priest of Lamantur at sunup.
Whatever that means.
And he says, "Their plans are afoot," he whispers. "Their staff is ready. Their balance sheets are totaled, and the total is grim. They mean to bring the end of all things. You must seek the magic. Only you can stop them. Only you. You. Who are you again? Sorry?" At which
Right.
point, he looks
Right.
very
I,
confused.
I really don't think taking advice from a drunk old man's a good thing.
But the total is grim, apparently.
Good to know.
The Grim is
Um,
probably how low as
Do
alcohol
have
is.
have a safe day, dear. Try to stay away from the heavy spirits. And I just turn with
Time to book it.
turn with Goulet, and I'm leaving because crazy old man is crazy.
All right then.
Get back up to the group. Well, at least we know that the man is safe, and probably
That's
as to
good.
why they didn't kill him.
Well, I mean, senile does mean you're your own friend sometimes.
Yeah?
Okay.
So, do any of these alleys look open? We want to try to deal with this one before we get too far
Did anyone know which direction we're heading since we took this side alley?
Yes, I know.
Good.
I'm gonna.
Do
I
you
regret
know-
this. I'm going to look at the map.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are familiar with Waterdeep, you have a general idea on where you're going and where some of the alleyways will take you. Otherwise, if you're not native to Waterdeep,
Nowhere near.
then give me a general survival. Unless you actually go with
Oh, we're definitely gonna roll as a group.
Griffin. Unless you go with Griffin's character's advice.
Woo! 17.
Okay.
And what are we rolling?
Survival.
Survival.
Okay, that is a 13 on the dice. That
Apparently
was a 14.
Apparently nobody trusts me.
No, it's
Well, I got a 15 total, but
we just met, and it's always good to kind of have our own thoughts about things as well. I mean, would you trust somebody that you just met?
well, I like
It really
friends,
depends
so
on
I
the
trust my
situation.
friends.
But generally, though, for those who are making the survival check, as well as Griffin, you generally know where you are going, and you're practically in the right area where you need to be. And let's see here. As of now, as you notice, Jolly Lamps Emporium is a unassuming ramshackle shop in the midst of other unassuming ramshackle shops, including the collapsed warehouse next door. People in nearby shops and apartments peer wearily through their shutters as you approach.
Well,
Next to the warehouse, 3 members of the Waterdeep City Watch stand guard. No one else is on the street except a seemingly inebriated halfling who stumbles towards you.
right, we should get rid of him before we get too close to anyone, shouldn't we?
Where the hell were these guards earlier?
Who knows?
Honestly, they were over here being idiots.
Yeah, let's get him down from your shoulder. Don't need the guards asking questions.
I have an idea. What happens if we just make it look like he's a drunk friend, like between me and the bounty hunter's shoulders? Kind of helping him along, you know?
We can just tell the truth. It's not like if you go a bit back that you can't hear the fighting.
As of the
Sure
moment,
enough.
You also are bounty hunters, so it can make sense.
Also, since it seems we are going down there, shouldn't we stop by the lamp store, see if they have any supplies we might be able to use?
Torches.
If we're going
or
underground,
something.
it'd probably be a very good idea.
alright.
We could use some equipment. I don't... But it doesn't seem that there's much open at the moment around here.
I got a couple torches. If we,
I mean, I got standard kit, but it ain't much.
I got torches in a tinder box, so we should be good on torches. I
At
got
this
10 of them.
At this point, the inebriated halfling does seem to walk by you guys. As if you guys aren't really there.
Is he singing anything?
No, he's not.
Does
I'll
he?
keep my distance.
Yeah.
I keep my distance just because I
Could-
know
I'm
how the
gonna
city
keep-
is with money.
I cross my arms and make sure that I have one hand on my coin pouch the entire time, though the other coin pouch, not so much.
Okay.
I'm looking at this halfling just fact because looking at Buffoon here, we're obviously pretty big. The fact he was seemingly avoiding us. No offense, Buffoon, but you attract a lot of attention.
I'll take that as a compliment, tiny friend.
I'd like everyone to roll me an insight check.
What? Okay.
That is
Oh,
a
nice.
19.
That is a 10.
Only a
21.
14 for me.
Okay. Jewel and Griffin, you two seem to be the only ones who pick up on this. You notice that while the halfling does seem to act odd, he seems to be doing it on purpose. But he's not doing it in a means to deceiving, at least not in a thugging manner. He's mainly doing it as mainly trying to avoid you. At which point he does walk by you guys, and he does seem to turn into another random alley.
I'm starting to think marks were made for us.
So, as I said, are we just gonna question things, or are we gonna leave this one to the gods and hope to goodness he wakes up enough to get answers to someone?
I mean, I like friends, but this one's kind of a drag. So, if we can get rid of him, I don't mind.
Yeah, give
Right.
him some
We also need a
guard.
chance for you guys to heal up, getting a chance to settle down and rest.
I'm fine.
I think your wound opened up again.
Shut up, buffoon.
Yeah,
There,
it's
dear.
worded.
Okay, so
As much as I hate it to say it, the guards are kind of our best bet at the moment, and we
Right.
might even know what's going on.
Well, it's gonna sound odd, I'm sure, but if we go into the shop to look around for wares, maybe we can just kind of take it easy for a moment, see if we can gather our bearings.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Being inside is the best idea at the moment, considering how it looks.
alrighty. So
Shall we let him just sit out here?
I mean, there's guards over there, right? Can I just walk over there and hand them to him before we go
Let's
in?
bring him to the guards first
Yeah.
Right.
Alright,
and
so
get maybe some information.
Last thing I want to do
Then
is
we
knock
can
something
show.
off a shelf inside a shop with a guy's foot.
True. Shopkeepers tend to look poorly on unconscious bodies, I'm sure.
Yeah.
so you guys are approaching the city watch?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so there are 3 individuals there that are currently standing guard.
Any with notable rank?
There is a female elf, from what you can tell from their appearance, a male furbolg, and a male halfling.
Does anyone know anything about? Well, I probably don't know anything about ranks, but usually if it's an officer or something, don't they have stripes on their
Yeah,
collar?
I was going to say, there should be some form of identifier, and Galdor's been to this city a lot, so I'd assume he would be able to identify anybody that would stand out.
You do know that they are wearing the city watch badge,
Mhm.
which
Well,
okay.
which normally signifies that they do work for for Waterdeep City Watch.
So they're all just basic officers. There's no one of any
So they're all grunts.
sergeants, no corporals, no lieutenants, majors, nothing like that.
Not that you know of. At least, you never asked them.
Well, I mean, we're still walking up to them.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
We're going. At least I'm going to the female elf.
alrighty. At which point, or at least the captain sighs. Took you long enough, she says. So, let's get this done so we can get on with our lives. She pulls out a scroll from a leather pack and squints at it barely eligible writing. So, which one of you is Osgood the Ugly? I need you to sign before you go in. Nothing but paperwork and signatures since the newest Master Lords got seated on the council. But what can you do?
I look at my party. I look at the unconscious body still in
Can I dangle him like a puppet?
our, Goliath's arms. And I'm just gonna turn back to her and be like, well, I'd love to rush this along myself, dear. We had a bit of trouble along the way. and we had to deal with a few ruffians. This one, in particular, we wanted to keep for questioning. However, it's, well, not practical to take him with us down there, is it?
He's kind of getting in the way.
I see. Dockward is quite a rough place, especially in the city.
Well, I feel there's more to it today than normal. There were
Well-
quite some bandits uproars apparently, and the city guard is having its hand full on it at the moment.
Yes, well, we tend to be a little short in this district. Not many want to actually work in this district for that reason. But at the same time, we can't necessarily leave our post either. We can't have anyone not authorized to go in below. I mean, imagine if a kid or something were to get into this place.
I try not to look at
Are you still holding him?
Yeah.
It's like, hush, child.
Okay, can I tell she's trying to look away from me?
Well, it's not. I'm not directly looking at you. I'm more looking at the captain, but I'm definitely trying to avoid you whenever she says that, because I'm like, that might have been a jab at us because you might look like a child.
You're shorter than a halfling, so I mean.
I'm just gonna use my limit at you, and I'm just gonna be like, and then basically you just get an image of something holding a sign that says, "I am not a child."
I know, dear. Wait, can I answer back?
Nope.
Damn.
You don't know where that came from.
You say, I know they are, and pat them on the head.
Yeah, just like under my breath, it's like, I know you're not.
But the captain does still hold the scroll, though. Does anyone take it to look at it?
Right. I'm just going to, like, I want to kind of gauge my party on this, because she said a name that none of us are.
That seems to be happening a lot
Which
lately.
at that point, I want everyone to give me a general intelligence check.
General intelligence. Okay. That was cocked.
Oh, that's
That was also
cocked.
cocked.
Ooh! 20, 21, 22.
Where's
That
intelligence?
is a 16.
Noble, Galdor?
Okay, so how do we roll the standard?
Just roll a
You just roll a
d20 and
d20,
add
then add your mod.
Okay, well I got a 0 mod, so.
Alright, what'd you roll?
Well, I got kind of lucky. That's actually 19.
Okay.
My highest roll so far today.
This generally wasn't a... Alright, most of you made it except for Riffin. You do realize that because Omendron mistaken you as someone else, these people are probably under that same assumption too.
Oh dear.
So, if they give you a name, they're probably expecting that group.
As much as I am not one for being good and just all the time, I feel that being upfront is important.
That is true.
Honestly,
but
I don't want to get arrested if somebody else looks like us and they get a bad reputation. I'd rather get things settled that we're not the same people.
Quite.
Yeah. Besides, I want them to know my real name, not do a deed and get someone else the credit.
That is also a good point.
I'll get you a cookie if you do a good deed.
I look at Buffoon, and with my limited telepathy, he has the image of a bear eating him.
Oh, you want a bear hug?
No! Ah!
I love you too, little friend.
Anyway, I'm sorry, but that group couldn't make it. Well, we're in a different group that has been sent by the Acquisition Incorporated. We have the papers to approve that, but you might need to change that name. And if needed, I'll do it with persuasion.
Actually, give me a deception check.
That's fine too.
But
But I'm
I
not
mean,
lying. We
yeah.
have
yeah,
been sent
like
by...
we're not lying.
I know, but it's for something else.
Okay. That's 24.
Okay. And it's like he looks at you, and it's like, so I take it this is Fugglestruck's well-known type of deception. And the individual smiles.
What?
Who?
I think no matter what, they're gonna expect that group.
Listen, dear. I do apologize for causing any miscommunication here, but we aren't who whatever group they mentioned is.
Is there like a stockade I can shove this guy into? Seriously, he's in the way.
He is in the way, and we're not that group, but we're surely more than capable.
The individual sighs. And let's see what happens. Fine, if that's what you insist, then the quicker you sign these papers, the quicker we can be relieved from our posts.
Fine by me if you take this joker with you.
So who's taking the scrolled paper?
Oh,
I want to look it over for a minute. I want to read this thing.
Okay.
I want to look it over too. Like,
All right.
so I'm looking
so-
over.
Yeah,
Sure.
since
You are
yeah,
holding him.
Yeah, exactly. Just if you like, just open it up. You hold one end, I hold the other, and we start.
Okay, so as you are looking at the scroll, it basically says that these individuals are to remain on post to make sure no one is to gain entry, and it does actually have a list of names, and it has Osgod the Ugly, Carlet Squeaky Wickle.
It's gonna be you.
Squicky Whittle.
Yes.
That sounds like a tiny person's name.
I am not gonna be Squickle.
Great Maul McTickleton.
That's you. Goliath. That's totally
Great
you.
Maul Tickleton.
And Lord Pompey Fugglestruck.
Oh, that's the little one.
Oh.
And it is basically a contract paperwork saying that Acquisitions Incorporated is to look into the matter upon these individuals to arrive at said location and when their signatures are met. So a signature is required.
Right. Is there any way to change the name on this?
Well, we just say our own name. A lot of people can't even
real
read.
names.
Because honestly, I'm not into forgery.
Can I just draw an X?
If that's what you want to do.
Cool.
So there's an X, one of the many signature lines.
Is there like?
I'll sign my name in Sylvan.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll sign my name in the non-common language I know.
All right. Fairy's language to be
Yeah.
filtered out later. Got it.
Celestial.
Yeah.
Right. And with that said, well, it looks like our business here is concluded. We will leave the rest to your hands.
Whoa. Speaking about hands, can you take this guy? Seriously.
He's a bit of a drag.
I mean, I'll throw him in the ocean if you don't take him.
What guy are you referring to?
This
The
lump on
guy
my
that
shoulder.
we've been dragging since we knocked him out.
It's like, yes, of course. Orvis, would you please, it's like, yeah, so the furball basically picks him up with one hand and basically starts carrying him down. And they are eventually leave your sights. So, you guys are now in front of a fissure.
Now, about that shop.
Right.
Right.
We probably should have told them that we wanted to do some shopping before they left. I'm sure it'll be fine. We should go, right?
If there's any children down there, we'll send them back when we find them.
Of course.
I'm sure
What
there
could
won't
possibly
be
go
any
wrong?
child.
Anybody got any bear traps we can lay in front of the store before we leave, just to be on the safe side?
I mean,
Somebody might have ball bearings, but that can make this situation worse, right?
Down the stairs
that
they
could
go.
make it a lot worse. I can't really do anything to help out here. So, it'll be fine if we come across any children or weirdos down there. We'll deal with it then. That's a
Yes.
future us problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, there might not be many children in this part of town.
That would probably be for the best.
And if there is, I feel that at the moment everybody's inside.
Well, less children to worry about down there then.
Right. To the shop then.
To the shop.
Huzzah!
Okay.
Huzzah.
Shopping with my friends, shopping with my friends.
So you guys are hitting Lamps Emporium. Alright, so as you enter the shop, the round ton proprietor is standing behind a rough hew counter.
I believe that's
With-
pronounced rotund.
That too. A male half-orc, as he appears. And as of the moment, for the number of...
Are you busy?
Anyway, as for the number of lamps that you see that are actually kind of out of around display, are apparently 6.
Really? Only. Well, maybe that's the display items for the type of lanterns they have.
So is it like 6 varieties or 6 of the exact same lamp?
They look generally the same, but exactly 6 lamps.
What are the prices on them?
Well, alright. Well, let's see. Before stepping further into the shop, I'm trying to read this stuff here. Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, nat 20. 23.
Okay.
No, I actually got a 19 again. I like this dice now.
That's cocked. Natural 20.
Damn.
All right. Nat 20
Galdor,
roll.
good luck.
And Riffin?
Actually, I am keeping an eye out on the fissure.
Okay.
You just
More
want to make
than-
sure no small children walk in.
This
Yeah,
random Billy
I
falling
would
down the
feel
well.
bad if that happens.
Okay. The three of you who went into the shop at first realized, oh, it's just the shop owner and not much in stock. And then you notice that there is actually someone else. He was kind of on the side, like, not wanting to be seen.
Well, good that did.
But,
I'm basically in the doorway, kinda looking
Just
outside.
looking out.
But other than that, the other thing that catches your eye is the proprietor's door that was kind of behind him. On a table, you see what looks to be a feather is laying low.
Hello?
Did you hear me?
Yes, you said laying low. and that
Feather
was
is
all I
laying
heard.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does anyone... Let's see here.
I'll have to.
Unfortunately, let's see. Give me a history check.
Just everybody that's
Only those in the shop.
okay. 15?
I also got a 15.
Okay. Jewel, what about you? Jewel? Balls?
Guys, I will be right back.
Oh, okay. Alright, for you two though, While you guys may not be aware, or at least keep up to date with Waterdeep, you do realize that that feather has more of a meaning to it than you realize.
So this is like a
So
marker
maybe
of like a mafiosa or something, or a
From
guild?
from your understanding,
wait, so it's not a legit feather?
it looks like a real feather, but the way on how it's positioned,
So it's a display item.
But it's behind him on a table.
yeah. You, from what little history you know of Waterdeep, the way on how the feather is kind of laying there is exactly how it, like, oh, it's just a low feather. No, it's the way on how it's angled, and because of how it's angled, you realize that means something, and that normally is something bad.
Ah,
You
crap.
You understand that it represents a failed assassination attempt in the South Ward.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Apparently we're dealing with Mafia now or
I just
something.
won $5,000 from our car dealership.
You
So,
won?
My roommate did.
Fine.
Nice!
Oh, congrats.
Let me guess, you have to go in and look at their vehicles.
Nope.
We are recording, by the way.
Yeah. We are recording.
Sorry.
So congrats.
Okay, well, I'm just going to ignore all of that, and I'm going to still play the part of someone who's come in here to actually get items, because that is none of my business. I mean, it isn't, right?
I mean, it's like if you walk into a Mafia-owned shop, you don't sit there and go, oh my god, the Mafia's in here! You go, well, I better buy my shit and get out of here.
Alright, so who had the 15 and who had the 19?
I had a 15.
I had a 15.
Okay.
Waltz, you didn't get a roll yet, so...
Yeah, roll me a history.
Roll a history. Okay. Come on, critical roll dice. I like you.
At least better
You're
than
rolling good
15.
today. That is a 15.
All three of us.
Okay.
Nice!
Alright, you don't know anything else aside from what I've told the other two, but basically, the feather, the laying low feather, represents that there was a failed assassination attempt.
So I'm guessing that big commotion we had earlier was actually a distraction to keep the guards occupied while the assassination was going down.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
But that's something for us to probably talk about once we are out of the shop. So,
Yeah.
in character,
What a lovely
how about-
shop.
How about them lamps?
hello, dear. Is this your only selection?
What? Yeah, yes. Is that what you want?
Well, how much
Is there any
for the
differences
lamps?
between them?
No, just lamps.
Just
Yeah.
lamps.
Any like replacement candles or oils or...
What you see, what you got.
And
I'm
how
looking
much?
Sorry. How much?
We'll go with the player's handbook price for lamps, which is getting my actual. How much are lamps is actually a good question.
And if we do get one, where do we find it? Is it going to be under inventory or...
5 silver pieces.
5 silver pieces. Are you sure you can't go for a little lower, you handsome half-orc?
No,
Quiet,
5
sassy
silver.
child.
Final offer.
Oh gosh, I out of character. I'm like,
I mean, we got 10 torches.
I kind of want to try something, but I'm like torn. I'm like on the fence about it. It's like I might get us killed, depending on what it is, because you know, like a
Especially
thieves
with that
guild
feather.
thing. A thieves guild thing is totally different than a mafia thing, right?
It'll be fine.
Well, a thief guild normally doesn't do assassinations. So.
Yes, I mean, we're kind of in the wrong territory for you. We got at least 10 torches each, right? So we might just have to skip this for now.
True.
Because 5 silvers for a torch.
That is a bit pricey, sadly. Well, at least we tried. Thank you, dear. We might come back later.
Are you planning on getting any, like, new stock anytime soon, or...?
No, what you see, what you get. If you're not buying, leave.
So, you're never getting more lamps. Okay.
Actually,
This is starting to feel like a front.
Oh, yeah, it's a fence or something, probably. But
Well,
okay,
Maybe even a safe house or an assassin.
I can't even ask when what's-his-face told us the fissure opened up, because whatever. Does anyone remember when the fissure opened up?
No one
Honestly,
ever has.
it's been a while. So I don't remember if it was even mentioned.
Well, I mean, okay, his shop is right by the opening, right?
It's relatively close to it.
One question, dear. I apologize, of course. Were you here when that happened? And I indicate towards where the fissure thingy across the way is.
Nope, don't know.
Ah, right. Would you happen to know anyone who might know anything about when that happened?
Nope.
The pity
Right.
some of your lamps hit the floor from a large, indicating my weight, trimmer.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Obviously, that's where half of his stock went. They must have been destroyed whenever the fissure showed up. My apologies, dear.
He just looks at you. Blankly.
Screw it. I'm gonna try something, guys. I'm sorry. Right.
Well, if you need any intimidation assistance, let me know.
Boulder, dear, could you take the little one for a moment? Thank you so much. I will be with you in a second. Please go. Please.
I picked them up by the collar and set them on my shoulder.
Fine.
Alright. You need me, like,
Oh.
leave the room, or...?
Yes, just go outside and wait with our other friend, please.
I drop down to a squat and go through the door so I don't bang the little one's head as we go through. Walking out like a crab, sideways.
Watch my head, buffoon.
Will do.
And did they close the door on the way out?
Yes.
Okay. This is possibly gonna get me killed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna move over to the counter where this man is.
In the arms of the angels.
Right. Listen. I know that you obviously want us out of your hair as fast as possible, and I'm not one to question what goes on here. I have my own motives for things. But if you have any information whatsoever, I don't care about any of this, any information whatsoever about what or when that happened, I'd be very grateful, dear.
Don't know anything.
Right. Okay. Let me see what I have in my arsenal. My friends are very nice. You must understand. They are sweethearts, and I wouldn't want them to get involved with any dirty business. Now, me on the other hand, I have dealt with many things, and you don't want to fuck with me, dear.
Give me an intimidation roll.
11!
Huzzah for not a 1.
Yes, but that's probably not gonna be worth anything.
Let's see here. While he did have a rather rough exterior look to him, he does seem to flinch as you actually start to get more into his face and a little more threatening than he was expecting. It's like, I look, I don't know much about the fissure. All I know is that that was 2 days ago. The partially building has been deemed structurally sound, at least from what I've heard. It shouldn't fall, but if anyone were to do something stupid, then, well...
5 minutes later, we hear the structure fall.
Sorry!
Yes,
Right.
thank you, Noble.
That's all I know.
That's it, really. Well, thank you for your time. Though, if anything else seems to... Are you sure there's not maybe a little bit more you can give me? And I'm going to take out a gold piece and just kind of slide it over the counter a little bit, but hold my finger on it.
No, that's all I know.
Right. Very well. Thank you, dear. And I flick it over to him.
It just hits his face as it falls off him.
You gotta think, though, this guy probably would have been intimidated the fact that she sent the Goliath out to deal with him. So he's probably, oh, what is this girl's deal if she sent the big guy out? Yeah, it's like, who is this woman?
And I turn around and I walk away.
Okay. And eventually everyone meets up again.
Right, so about 2 days ago, and though it does seem a little bit structurally sound, we should be careful as to not make anything collapse.
Well, luckily I've been a mason a long time, so hopefully if anything looks unstable, I can either stabilize it or at least point it out.
That should be useful.
Alright, so at this point, you guys are currently standing near the fissure area. In the areas where the walls and ceilings didn't collapse, this warehouse contains no crates, no boxes, no barrels, and no wares of any kind. Directly in front of the missing door, the walls, ceiling, and floor have fallen away to reveal a deep sinkhole fissure. Inside the ruin, a hempen rope anchored firmly in the rubble dangles down into the darkness. The tier in the earth descends at an angle, making it impossible to see how far down it goes or what waits at the bottom.
Right, so shall we rest up here for a little bit to try to get our bearings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little tea break would be nice.
Okay, in that case, you guys are actually able to safely have a short rest here if needed, or a long rest if you desire. Kinda got the paperwork from the City Watch, and if anyone does question you, you have basically paperwork to prove it.
Huzzah on healing.
Okay, so
So should we take a full rest? Or
a
should
full rest
we-
would be 8 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it may not be good to do that. It'd be nighttime before we even went in there.
Yeah, I have one spell slot left, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
And
I got
BRB,
cantrips.
and BRB, I need to step away from the computer for a quick moment.
Okay, so...
So roleplay amongst yourselves during what you do during your short rest.
Okay, I obviously didn't do that right. How the heck do I...
Click on your health.
Yeah, okay, okay, let's see here. You've completed a short
You
rest.
have the
element.
button short rest.
I
Are you
I
doing this
did,
on
but
your,
it didn't change my hit dice at all.
Oh yeah, you do need to point at the. When you do short rest, there's a part where it states your class,
Yeah.
Are
hit
you-
dice. You need to check that one.
Are you
Yeah, I did.
Are you looking at the D&D Beyond one, or the...
Yeah, I am
Yes.
so confused right now.
Because where you see hit points at the top, it says current and max. I just clicked it, and it brings up a little gauge, and you just change your numbers there.
Yeah, but how do I... So I have to still
Plus or
roll it
minus?
myself?
Yeah. I mean, I technically don't really need to roll since I got a con of 3. The minimum I can get is back to max.
Okay, so let's see here.
So I'll just roll a hit die for funsies. That's a 5.
1d8 plus 3. Okay. 7. So, okay, so I'm up. I'm up to good.
So you guys actually have to roll for health?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. On when you're rolling your hit die to heal on a short rest, you can spend however many hit die you have.
What is a hit
I
die?
don't- okay, so honestly, I don't even know how many I have at this level. So I have no
We
clue
have
how to.
one,
We have one.
and we don't get it back
Yes.
until the following day.
Well, I'm screwed for any future events then.
Yep. So next time we get a long rest, we'll get our hit die back. You, as a barbarian noble, you have a D12. That's your hit die. So on a short rest,
Oh, okay.
right now you can roll 1.
Well, I got a 10, but it's not like I needed it for 2 health.
Yeah,
for
I
going-
would say since you don't have that much gone, don't use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't even bother using it.
Like
You
if
won't-
if you were like half or lower, definitely, but with only 2 hit dice missing, nah, that just it seems like a waste, especially if we only get 1 hit dice right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you won't heal at all, but you'll be good to go.
So I guess a potion doesn't have to worry about that if you were to take something to heal you up.
Yeah, taking a potion, you don't worry about the hit dice factor. The potions, you have like 1d4 plus or 2d4
Us-
plus 2 and stuff like that, and that's its own thing.
Well, I guess since we're waiting for Sir Dan, so how y'all doing? I mean, is this a little weird to anybody other than me about getting mistaken for an entire group twice in one day? I mean, do we
Well-
look like another group of people or something?
To be fair, if the person who came in while we were sitting at the building thought that we were them, and they obviously thought that and told these guards, then perhaps the guards were just under that impression.
I guess.
Though I do not like the idea of being mistaken for other people.
Me neither.
I'd really hate to go to jail if these guys cause any trouble.
Right. Also, I'm curious as to why the heck there was just a random feather laying on a table.
I mean, I get the idea that it's, an indicator, but, I mean, is it made of iron? Is it like on a stand and you angle it certain ways to indicate certain events?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm
is
back.
is
Hello.
the feather like an actual is it a chicken feather? Is it
An iron
a-
reproduction, or...
yeah?
Think of it like a feather you put in your hat.
And called it macaroni.
Yeah, that kind of feather.
That just seems weird, you know?
Well, there was more info to it, but no one didn't make the other check.
Meh.
Eh,
So,
That's on
What we
us.
didn't see was the goblin holding the feather.
no. Alright, so everyone did a short rest then?
I
Yeah.
didn't, simply because of the fact that I didn't want to use the 2 HP and for a dice.
Well, you can still have a short rest without.
I'm just saying, I
Without
didn't roll
using-
the dice for it.
You
Yeah.
don't have to roll the dice for it.
Like, you can short rest with us, but you don't have to roll dice, is pretty much it.
Yeah.
For you, it's only, I think, stone endurance that would recharge, but I don't think you've used that.
No, I didn't even have a chance to even activate it.
So generally at this point, yeah, your short rest goes relatively uninterrupted as you are standing, or at least resting near this fissure.
I would say we're close enough to it so other beings aren't going to go in that will notice, but we're far enough away from it that way we don't accidentally fall in.
Or
Right.
get ambushed by something crawling out of it.
Yeah.
Ah, I fell in.
Giant spiders carrying the tiny one off! Oh no. Save me, buffoon!
She'll be the next
See?
drow queen.
Okay, so now
Rides out on a spider.
just a really quick reminder: who was it that did buy the potions from the previous session?
I have 3 of them.
Jules.
Okay, and you didn't use any of them during the short rest, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
All that glitter is going to be bad for your health.
Here, buffoon, try this potion.
No thanks. I don't usually take potions from, uncouth merchants.
Did he seem all that uncouth?
Well, he
He
was
did
pretending to
seem a
be a
little
child.
That's another thing I do not understand. Why try to be younger? What significance does that?
Well,
Honestly, I'd be less likely to buy from a child.
I mean, perhaps in his mind, appearing to be younger might draw on the heartstrings of the simpletons.
didn't work on me.
You were too distracted wanting candy, dear.
I know what I like.
We'll get you candy later, buffoon.
And it will be delicious, and I will share it with my friends.
There's a lovely caramel apple shop a couple cities away.
Ooh, yummy.
Remind me to... Well, depending on how long we travel together for.
Okay.
I'll buy it
So-
as my treat for everybody.
So, you have what looks to be a rope that is leading down into this fissure.
Can I inspect this rope? Can
Sure.
I see how...
Does it look
dirty?
like it'll break when I grab it?
Yeah, that's my main worry. Like, are we gonna have to set up another, like a grappling hook and rope type system for him for safety reasons?
No one wants to get trapped in a pit because I broke it.
Well, who's examining the rope? And
I definitely want to try my hand at examining it if someone
I'll
else wants
help.
to.
I'll
Okay.
help examine it.
okay,
Just
You examine
hold the
the
little
rope?
one out, like the Lion King with Simba.
you examine it. Seems sturdy.
So maybe it'll hold his weight.
Possibly.
Well, we have all. I have a second rope just in case.
Well, we all got a rope.
So maybe one of us should go down there first, see if it's safe.
My question is with this fissure, is it something we can climb out, or is it like a sheer walls? Or is it like a gradual slope or dramatic slope?
It would require some effort to climb out, but doing so, you would need to give me an athletics check.
Okay. So it's not that bad. I was worried this was like when you see in the news when a sinkhole opens up and it just like bottoms out and buildings disappear into it kind of thing. That's what I was thinking.
Well, I would say between all of us, we might have the strength to help it if he were to go down first. Because honestly, us going down first and then him seems like a bad idea.
Speak
Yeah.
for yourself.
I think
And I hold up my tiny arms.
I
I
think you would bounce.
You underestimate your own abilities, don't you, dear?
No, I know where my strength is.
Okay, so I'd like to know the order on who's going down first.
Probably should be me first. That way, if it snaps, no one
Yeah.
else gets hurt.
That way we all land on the buffoon.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yeah.
And I assume we're gonna go one at a time, right?
Well,
Well,
at least you are.
In that
just
case,
yell up at us whenever you reach the bottom.
There are giant spiders down here, and they're biting me. Hurry!
In that case, let me
You're
get
fine, buffoon. You'll survive.
I can taste purple.
Is it grape flavored?
No! Ow! It's poison flavor.
He's fine.
Okay, he's less fine now.
Grandma.
I cast Spare the Dying on him. He's fine.
Let me.
It was all an illusion the whole time.
All right, so Bolgon, you are
Alright, so what do you want me to roll? 20?
no need. So as of right now, you guys should be on the map now.
Oh, switching over, okay.
Yes.
I don't think that the game updated on your page, Dan.
It's showing it is for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can see.
It's probably because I didn't put your token on yet. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
I'm the only one down in the pit that I can see. Should I be seeing as far, or should I have some shadowy light?
Because I see me at 6, and I see Julie at very, very, very little.
well, hold on a second.
I know that my token isn't finished, so...
Yeah, I know that, but at the same time, I am also kind of using a different token for you at the meantime, because mainly as a
Placeholder.
Placeholder.
Right.
So, all right. So it was Bolgon who was going first, and then who was second?
Who,
We
I
should
was
probably
gonna say,
send the
who
little
seems,
one down.
Who seems heavier, me or the assassin?
I think you should just toss the little one into the hole, and I'll try and catch it.
I'm
No.
not an assassin.
I kid, and I'm not asking that in character.
Well, I am.
I
not
volunteer to go
so
last.
I am not that heavy.
Okay, so I'm
someone
gonna go
toss
with
the little one
me.
down.
Me,
Alright.
then him, and then the little one.
Okay. Now, before we get to the rest of you, though, Bolgon, the sinkhole fissure ends at a level floor of worked stone. Dust, debris, rocks, and pieces of wood that once made up the walls and ceiling of the warehouse above are spread across the floor. An underground passage is blocked to the south, but it continues into darkness to the north. 2 pairs of human-sized boot prints easily spotted in the dust head northward. Smaller fissure holes and cracks riddle the passage, though even a halfling would find the largest of them a tight fit.
So, are they children-sized boot prints?
You're not sure.
Great. We left it for just a second.
Timmy
he didn't
fell
have
down
us-
the well.
He didn't ask us to roll for whatever. I'm
All right.
whenever
so-
Rifford was looking at this thing, so somehow little Billy made it down here.
I'm going on an adventure, wee!
Well, do remember there was a previous group that went down here and disappeared.
Okay. So,
He did say one boot, though.
all right. So, Aura, you said you were going to be second.
Yes.
All right. So, after both 2 of you make it onto the bottom floor, you two give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
You guys can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in the heart of the cards. Except that's a
18.
9.
Okay.
Damn it.
Bolgan.
Just a 9.
All right.
And mine was an 18.
All right, Bolgan, you're kind of like keeping your eyes focused on those above, waiting for them to come back down.
Jump, little one, I'll catch you.
And at which point, Aura,
Mm-hmm.
you are hearing something else near you.
Hearing.
Like, it sounds like
Something's running out of power. Got it.
no. It more sounds like chitter.
Chattering of little tiny teeth.
Yes.
I'm.
At which point
My
you
daggers are out.
guys- At which point, it's
My-
initiative time.
My blade is out, and
The
I
bunnies.
tell.
Pit bunnies.
I know that his name is Bolgun. I'm going to continue to call him Boulder.
Yes.
Between Buffoon
Nobody
and
calls him-
Boulder,
It's
You
all
know-
B for me.
yes.
Nobody calls him with his original name anymore.
Listen, it just
You could even call me Baldy if you wanted to.
he's a stone Goliath, and Boulder works. It's a strong, distinctive name. What the hell is my initiative thingy? Okay, what does that say?
All right, initiative.
What the hell is that? I can't tell what that is.
I got a +2, so let's see. Well, I got
10.
a 19, so... And then I have +2, so that's 21.
I got a 10.
I was caught.
You
Should
may
we
have
all
noticed
go
what's
ahead and
going
roll
on, but
initiative?
apparently I react faster.
Yeah, I probably yell at you the second I hear it.
Jump, little one! There's something coming! Don't jump, little one!
That is a 23.
This is bad.
Okay, so 23 for Riffin.
No.
23 for Jules.
Yeah, Jewel, sorry. And Bolgan, you had a what?
21 total with the add-on thing.
Jules is at least, ready for some action.
Aura? What was yours?
Geronimo!
10.
I think you're more scared of the tiny chattering teeth.
And Riffin?
Listen, it's just normal.
15.
Okay, we did make it.
Can we make it to them?
Can we make it to wherever the heck? What were we supposed to? What were we doing here?
You were investigating the area.
We done investigate. Go back up the rope.
Well, there's rats. I think we're good.
Well, I mean, it is the docks. It's kind of like their home, right?
Okay. So
I do not trust this at all.
So as of the moment, though, because on the situation that was at hand, and let me see if I can actually do this now, because I'm not used to this type of layer.
You need to move it from the GM layer to the token layer. You have to.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got it. So
Ooh,
as of the moment, the you only see these two at the moment, and
There's no way it's just 2.
They're the advanced guards. We
there's
gotta
only
find them
2.
first.
Because what rats travel in more than, just a couple's sanctum?
As you bring forth the DM's anger, and he sends down 37 rats.
4.
which
4 now.
5!
Balgan, you are considered surprised.
Even though I told him?
True. Now let's see. So, Jewel, you're technically climbing a rope, so that's
Kind of
So-
my full turn.
yeah. So
As tiny as you are, I mean, you might get rug burn, but... or rope burn.
So you are kind of on a rope right now, and you don't know what's going on down there.
I'm just gonna continue climbing down.
You could leap for me. A lot less of a fall.
But as he's focusing climbing down, Bolgan, it is your turn, and your companion, who is next to you, suddenly drew their daggers as they are looking around them. As you see things coming out from the walls.
Now, can we move these pieces ourselves, or is it something you have to move?
You should be able to move them yourselves.
Because
Nope.
I can't move it.
Nope.
Oh, give me a second. Let me see if I can change this.
I gotta make
what
sure-
What you gotta do, you'll have to create character sheets in the journal, and then assign them to each of us, and assign each token to one of those,
So
and then we'll have control of them.
I guess we
Yeah.
can say, like, over left 1, down 2, or something like that, I guess, for now.
Or we just ping.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
please do that, because I thought I did that and apparently didn't do anything. Okay, so
I
Bolgan,
gotta-
what are you doing?
I gotta make
I mean-
sure for the future recordings that I make sure that we have a second screen I can pop over for this thing. I didn't realize that until today.
Also, another thing potentially is you might have done it, but we don't see any journals. So we would have to be able to see the journal, and then you would have to be able to say controlled by this person.
Yeah, I know. I thought I did that, but apparently it didn't work.
Next week's episode.
But let's move on, though. So, what are you
We'll
doing?
worry about that later.
Well, let's see. Now, can I attack at angles, or I need to attack straight on?
You
Like,
can attack
you
an
could-
angle.
Yeah, you can
I mean,
be
I
like
got-
right here.
I got
and attack
reach with
this
my
guy.
halberd, so technically I don't even have to move to attack this guy here.
Mm-hmm. So, you can swing at him at where you're standing.
But I kind of feel like the halberd's an overkill for rats, so I may try to javelin.
We also don't know
To be-
how hefty these rats are.
To be fair, these are not your small critter type rats.
These are like wharf rat.
Oh,
these are-
goody!
These are medium-sized creatures.
So we're
Actually-
dealing
Wait,
with...
actually, no. Small,
Rats of unusual size.
Yeah,
actually,
we're dealing with ROUSs.
We're
Sweet.
dealing with Master Splinter.
Oh crap.
They're just
Well-
rats. The rats of
well,
unusual
actually-
size.
Well, they technically are considered small beasts, but they're called giant rats. But
So-
regardless,
Okay.
so what are you doing?
As my princess bride would say, I must tussle. Well, I guess all else fails. Halberd the nearest one, which is this guy right here.
All right, give me your attack roll.
So that's a 1d10.
No.
No, roll your
1d20.
d20.
Oh, right. I'm using
Gotta
the wrong
hit
part.
first.
You were thinking ahead.
14, so... Is there any modifiers I need to put to this, or...
Wouldn't it be
whatever-
the plus in your weapon?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's hit...
So,
2 hit?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's plus 6, so...
Dirty 20.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
So then it's a 1d10 plus...
Strength.
Okay, so that's 1d10 plus 4. Gotcha. Where did I put the 1d10? There it is. I had everything marked. I just got to figure out where I left them marked. Ooh. That's unfortunately just a 6. That's with
Okay.
modifier.
That's
I rolled a 2.
That's
still
still
nice.
pretty good.
You bloodied it, but it's still standing.
Oh boy.
All right, so is that your turn?
Well, I mean, what, I got a movement and I got a minor action, right?
Bonus action.
This doesn't.
What technically could I do with the bonus action
Inner
in a
rage.
situation like this?
Yeah, but how many rages does he have?
He has 2 per day.
I mean, technically, could I shake the rope and cause the little one to fall and catch it with that?
That would be an action because
That-
Okay.
Yeah, that would be an action. And
I'm also on the rope still.
you have a free action, which means you could yell up at them.
I guess that's a good idea. Let them know what the hell's going on.
mhm.
Hey, you two! We got big rats down here.
Are you sure you're not talking about yourself, buffoon?
I bloodied one and I'm not hurt.
And
For the
that's 6
moment.
seconds.
All right, so Griffin, you are currently following suit on the rope, as you are kind of the last one following Jewel.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
he was
thought
going
I
before
was
Jewel.
Yeah.
before Jewel. I was
Oh.
Yeah.
before Jewel
Oh, okay.
on the rope.
Oh, right. So,
That means he should be part way down, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, just to give you an idea, you're roughly about, let's see, at this point, I'd say you guys are roughly about 20 feet above, just so you have a sense of idea on how much further climb you have.
Okay. Can I see the rats?
What's actually a good
Dark
question?
vision.
Oh, right, dark vision?
Yes.
Yes, you can, technically.
I aim one, or I shoot my Eldritch Blast at one.
All
Because
right,
I only need one hand.
Which one are you aiming at?
That's what I was gonna ask. Are you gonna are you gonna attack the same one that Bolgan went after, or are you going after a different one?
Aiming at the same one is probably better at the moment.
Okay, then give me your
Reduce the
attack roll.
numbers. Okay. That might miss. An 11.
Unfortunately, it does miss as some chunks of wall gets destroyed by your blast.
Careful!
Yeah.
And
I'll
Yeah.
quickly finish my movement going down.
alrighty. Aura.
See, here's the bad thing. No matter which way I go, I feel like I'm gonna get swarmed.
Well, it's always on top of my shoulders.
Yeah, she's not that much of a... Yeah.
I actually feel sorry for the little one, because I'm like, they're going to get eaten. Or humped. Or both.
Okay, I'm gonna swivel around my lovely Goliath friend to here.
Okay.
Because that's 5, 10, and then... Yeah, that's 5, 10 feet.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna do diagonal, and then...
That's fine.
And I'm going to try to stab this guy with the rapier, because I don't have anything set up for anything else.
Okay. Give me your attack roll.
Oh, that's cocked, thank God. I hate you. I hate you on an emotional and physical level, I hate you.
I'm
What'd you
sorry.
With my modifier? 5!
How bad was it when it was cocked?
1!
Oof.
Well, yeah, unfortunately you do miss.
That is
Do
a
I have
hell of a lucky
disengage
rat.
yet?
No. Next level.
Well, fuck.
So, with that said, any no other
I don't think-
actions?
Okay, so let's keep the ball rolling on this.
Yeah.
I have not hit a single enemy. Ever.
Oh no.
Well, that said, it is the enemy's turn.
Let's see. So that was movement. I could technically move back, but chances are he'd still hit me. I'm just also going to yell up the hole. Please, Harry!
Alright, so
It's getting mighty fluffy down here.
so we are going to have we'll do movement for these creatures first. So one moves there. 25.
I do
Second
like it
one.
when they move into my
The
strike
second one
zone.
can actually
Oh shit.
right to you.
Oh no.
I got little friends.
Yeah, as I said, we are going to get swarmed.
Little one may want to jump from my shoulders.
Oh, so maybe it's a good thing I moved, because... Jesus Christ. Nope, I'm also getting swarmed. Well, at least 2 of our party will be alive after the end of this.
I need healing badly.
Good luck on you
Okay.
on the rest of the adventure, man.
So 1, 2. So unfortunately, 4 attacks are coming your way, Bulgan. And
May the dice be in my favor.
yeah, out of curiosity, what's your AC?
Let's see. AC is 16.
Let's see. First attack. Let's see.
I'm not sure if that includes not wearing any armor for speed or whatever. Not sure if that was calculated in or not.
It is, and he just meets it. All right. So let's see.
He meets it, so I eat it, right?
Yep. And he deals. Okay, that was actually good in your favor. You all right? You get 3 points of damage on the first bite, and that was just from one rat.
Woof.
Oh no.
And the second rat. Let's see. That one's gonna miss.
Hooray!
All right.
Still got 2 more.
Anyone got industrial pesticides? Don't worry, I think I'll survive.
Let's see. That one misses as well.
Huzzah!
And for the fourth one on you. That one may actually hit. Yes, it does. That's a 19. So this one will deal. This one will deal 4 points of damage to you.
Oh, boy.
How are you doing, Buffalo?
Current health is 7. I'm at less than half health now.
And
No,
now
Oh
that-
boy.
That worries me, because depending on how much damage they deal, I might die.
That is true, because you were a lot squishier than I am.
I am, and I have a lot lower of an AC than you.
well, you got 2 attacks coming your way, Aura. So
Yeah.
Here comes the first bite. And let's see, what is your AC?
13.
That one does hit.
Oh dear.
So let me see how much damage it does on a bite. Okay, that one's only 3 points.
But there's not much of the only.
Alright, and for the second attack... Uh-oh.
I feel like
Critical?
we need to nope out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, bye everybody.
Let me see how much damage it does.
And that's doubled, isn't it?
I rolled...
No, it's
No.
different.
It's double the dice.
Yeah, double the dice. Which is kind of in your favor, but let me see here. That one's only 5 points.
Oh, good. I have 3 health.
I rolled
Little one,
a
start
1.
throwing down healing potions.
And I don't have any,
So you are
Yeah.
knocked out at the moment. Well, you are down at the moment. So
What do you mean I'm down? You said that was
Oh.
5, right?
it was
Yeah.
yeah for the second attack. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I have 3 health points left.
Oh, sorry. Well, you made it sound like you fell down.
No.
Okay. So
I'm
When you say
Very
crit,
close.
that's very scary.
okay. Well, I got a little confused there. Okay. Yeah. So these rats start coming out of the walls and woodwork, and as they start to gnaw on your ankles, and actually some trying to jump and bite your dome piece.
That's a
Again.
big jump.
And you realize they know how to attack in packs.
Do they get pack tactics? Because I swear to God.
Yes.
Oh
That's what-
boy.
Oh, goody.
Little one, go back up!
So here's the thing now. It's your turn now, Joel, and if you finish your movement, you are able to get to the map floor.
From where I'm at, can I see the rats, or...
Yes, you can.
Okay, I feel safe up here for now.
Jump for my shoulders! You'll have one more turn of survival.
I will, with one hand, take out my wand and point at the rat that looks the bloodiest, and I need it to make a DC... Let's see, what is my spell save? DC 14 Wisdom save.
I really wish I'd activated my power before this now.
Yeah, but
14
we didn't
wisdom.
realize.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. It failed.
Okay, and it's injured. I get to roll a d12 on this. Yes! 12 necrotic damage as it's just a dolorous bell ringing in its head.
All right. Attacking the one that Bolgan had taken a slash at prior, it basically gets swarmed in necrotic energy as it basically turns to bone and dust.
it pops.
So now, do you continue your movement?
I'm gonna, from where I'm at, I can do a bonus action. Seeing how Aura's looking pretty bad, I'm gonna burn my spell slot. I'm casting Healing Word.
All right, yeah. Bonus action to do
That's
that.
cocked. You heal for 5.
Thank you, dear.
That was absolute minimum damage.
All right. So that is all your
I
actions then.
Yep, I have no spell slots. I am staying on the rope where it is safe.
Bolgan.
But doesn't you mean you're in the way of Galdor coming down?
No, I'm
No.
before him.
Ah, good.
I'm lower than him.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around. I was getting kind of worried you're going to get a boot in the face.
So Bolgan, you have 4 giant rats in your vicinity.
Okay, so the first thing I gotta ask is Stone's Endurance. Do I activate that during an attack, or do I activate that in just for the next attack, or what?
I
Does it
believe-
state reaction?
Yeah.
As
that's
a
the-
reaction. So that's like, just, do I get to choose which attack it is that
Yeah.
I block?
Yes.
Man, I kind of wish I thought about that during the damage dealing earlier, but
Well, if you get hit
don't
again
worry,
next
I'll be
time.
definitely be hit again.
But it is your turn now, so.
Yes. Whew.
You might want to enter rage.
I was going to say, okay, I haven't done rage yet, but strength checks, saving throws, not attacks plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons.
And you get resistance to all damage.
Yeah.
That's bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Yeah, resistance is basically whenever damage is dealt to you, the amount dealt to you is halved.
Okay, well, I'll definitely have to activate Rage then.
Alright.
But what is the rat's bites, technically? Is it piercing, or what?
Yeah.
Probably.
Most likely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be taking 2 less damage then per rat bite?
No, half.
Half, okay. And then I could take even further with the Stone's Endurance if needed.
But what do you do?
We're going to have to crawl back up the rope just to take a rest after this. Well, I'm definitely got to fight, but I don't have any range, or excuse me, I don't have a multi-damage thing, so I got to focus on one.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Do what you can.
Yep. Let's see. So... see, I need a roll for Halberd again, even though we're close. Oh shoot, I forgot. What do I do again? It's 1d20 first, right?
Yeah.
And then the plus 6 to hit, and then 1d10 plus 4 after that. Oops, and I missed my back. That is a 16 plus 6, so that's what? 22?
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
1d10 plus 4. Ooh, that's a 10.
All right.
Plus 4. Plus 4, so that's 14.
Yeah, which one were you talking?
I guess I should have mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Due to the fact I want to protect my friend, I attack this one.
Oh, okay. You
and it's within my range because
yep, it is.
I put my friends above everybody else with this character.
So you managed to actually pierce. You actually managed to skewer this thing.
Live on, my friend.
Anything else?
I have a serious question,
Yes.
especially since Galdor, I guess, is going to be going next. Where are you landing? Because I want to make sure that I can do the best I can to block as best I can. I mean, are you going to drop down here or here? I mean, I'm not sure where the rope is what I'm getting at.
The rope is generally...
Because technically the rope, when we came down, was right here, because I haven't moved yet.
Yeah, generally the rope is in the area where Bolgan is, so you can technically get to one of the squares either surrounding it.
Okay. So, it's just... I feel my space is the best right now due to the fact that I'm blocking 4 to a certain degree. But if someone is going to drop here, I could move here and at least block 2. Or here to block 2. That's my only question I have is, do I need to move for someone coming down, or are they good?
No, you're good.
So, in that case, I hold my ground and yell, "You will never hurt my friends!"
Okay then. Griffin.
As I go into my rage.
How did you ping again?
Just right-click,
click
or
and
left-click, I
hold.
mean.
Yeah, click and hold.
Sorry, Griff.
Was that too loud?
No, he was
Don't worry
telling me to remind you of stuff, and I was looking at my character sheet and stuff, so I didn't say it.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you're raging, make sure you add 2 to your damage.
Oh, see, I missed that, so that would have been even more damage, but not necessary.
Yeah, you killed it though. So, where are you landing? So, what are you doing, Griffin?
I was thinking... here.
Oh, all right.
Because
Being
it
brave.
needs to be next to him, right? Otherwise, I would have done here.
Yep. So let me just put you there. Boop. All right. So your character is now between 2 giant rats, but adjacent to your ally.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you do?
I'm going to attack this one with my hand axe.
Alrighty.
The first one is an actual 20.
Awesome. Roll me that sweet damage.
Let's see, that's
D6s are normally for hand axes, so it's 2d6 then.
yeah.
Alright, 2d6 plus your strength. Oh.
Well, I will terrible, but 8 damage.
8 damage?
Yeah.
That is enough to actually take it out.
Well, I guess that means we know how much health these guys have now.
Do I have
With a minimum of 8.
my bonus action still?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll use my bonus action to hit with my other hand axe.
Oh, okay.
The other one.
Gotcha.
And that's a miss. That's definitely a miss.
What'd you get? What'd you get total?
In total, a 5.
Yeah, that's a miss. Okay then. So you came down here hacking one away and attempting to hack another. Aura. Vulcan just saved your life.
Yeah, a few people just saved my life. Remind me to thank you later. I'm going to go around this way because since this one is engaged with him, if I manage to hit, I'll get sneak attack. So I want to go here.
Okay.
People wish me luck.
May the odds ever be in your favor, my lady.
You got
Yeah.
this, don't worry.
Okay. So without the plus whatever, that's a 16 on the 20.
Okay.
Okay, so would that hit, or do I need
Yeah,
to try to do
that
the bonus?
hits.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so the rapier is a D8 plus.
Plus
Don't
whatever.
bounce out of the freaking. It bounced. It. Okay, so
You
it's
can build
8,
me a
9.
box.
That's 10 damage plus sneak attack damage.
Ooh.
3.
Don't forget to move the die, or the character.
Yeah. So you. Okay.
So that's 13 damage total.
Ow.
You skewer it.
Thank God. And since I still have some movement left, I want to go. Let's see. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20.
Got about 10 feet movement left.
I want. Actually, I want to go here. Just right up here. And I figure
Right.
if this one's still alive in the next round, I'll scooch up and then stab it. But
Alrighty.
otherwise, I just want to be away from where they can possibly hit me right now.
Alrighty. It is now the enemy's turn. As the rats continue to attack Volgan because
I am the biggest, tastiest treat.
pretty much, and one of them has already had a tasting gnaw on you, so it's like he's going to continue.
Prepare for stone skin, little one.
Let's see. Will a 15 hit?
My armor class is 16, so that's a no.
Ooh, okay. So one misses. Now for the other. Let's see. That is a 16.
That matches.
Yep. So that hits.
So should I activate my Stone's Endurance now, or should I wait and see what the damage is to activate it?
That's
you can
on.
wait.
Yeah, that's on damage, and because since you're
I got twice.
well, he's also technically raging too, so
Yeah.
doesn't that also
Reduces
automatically?
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is doing 5 points of damage. So
Oof.
half of that is 2 points.
And then I'd probably go ahead and activate Stone's Embrace then. Or Stone's Endurance.
Well, technically, since you're raging, you technically don't need to.
Okay, I mean, it's 1d12 plus 4, so I'm thinking that's could it nullify it completely.
Well, if you want to do it like that, then yeah. So, is that what you want to do?
I mean, if I can reduce any kind of extra damage to keep my health as long as possible, that'd be nice.
Okay, then activate it and roll that die that is required.
1d12 plus 4.
Wait, so would I? Does that mean I would add the proficiency and?
That's a total of 7 with the plus 4.
Yeah, then you take no damage. Then it's like it bites into you, but it's like
She cracks a tooth.
it's like where'd this rock come from?
I'm
So-
rock hard, baby.
So
Kick the
yeah,
rap.
Okay, so apparently I might have been doing my attack rolls wrong.
oh boy.
Yeah. So Griff just told me it's supposed to be like, something. I don't know. I'm so used to doing it on Roll20 where it does everything for you.
Yeah, we'll check it over. Joel, while you
Uh,
All I've been doing is adding +2 to
no,
my rolls
you should
whenever I go to attack.
you should have more attack bonus.
yeah, you should
I-
have your plus. It should be that
Does-
+2 plus your dex.
Doesn't it state on the character sheet on the hit?
Yeah, it
DC?
should.
Where?
It's actions. All.
Yeah, that's the 1d8 +2, right?
No, that's
No.
damage.
Next to it, hit DC.
Uh,
Mine says
Oh,
+6s for everything.
well, yeah, I've been just doing +2 because I thought that was the proficiency bonus.
No.
Because you also add your dex to your weapon.
Yeah, because it's a finesse type weapon.
But if I'm adding, so I'm adding proficiency and dex or just
It-
dex?
It's already
Yes.
calculated.
Okay, so I'm not
That's-
adding the proficiency then.
So you are adding your proficiency.
But
It's
that's
already
only with the damage, right?
No, you do not add proficiency to damage. No,
Just dex.
just dex.
Okay, yeah. So any of the times that I've rolled, I've done it wrong this entire time. So good to know.
But now you know.
Now we know.
The more you know.
I'm wondering how many times I would have hit if I had actually done 4 versus 2.
No, not sure. But for right now, Joel, what are you up to?
Alright, I want the AC 14 dex save.
DC 14 dex. All right, let's see. He fails.
Alright. As holy flames descend from the sky upon it, it takes 2 points of radiant damage.
2 points.
I'm picturing this amazing view, and I was like,
It singes its furs, but it stays. And it
My eyes! I was
I'll move
used to
down.
the darkness.
blinded by the light.
I'll move
Look up
down
like
just a
a
little
deuce.
bit, but not enough to get on the actual map since I see the 2 giant rats
I mean,
there.
can you reach my shoulders yet?
Can I reach his shoulders?
Technically, yes, if you spend your move action.
Yeah, I'll move to his shoulders.
Just lower your shivvy down to like freaking piggyback style, and then just
Stick a
swing
toe out till you
above.
find my top of my head, and then move a little bit lower.
I'll.
Okay, I'm on him.
I'll.
I just love how to like scoot it down like. Oh,
Okay. So. All right.
definitely
so
need to have my character trimmed
was
like
your
that
move,
too.
That was your action. All right. So no bonus action on your end.
I don't have any bonus actions left.
Bolgan,
I don't get font from magic until next level.
Hmm.
you have 2 giant rats remaining.
Well, as stated before, I'm going to protect my friends, so that means instead of attacking this one, which would be smart, I'm attacking this one to protect my other friend.
Okie dokie.
No, you can attack the other one.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm thinking of it as, my friend is in danger, I have to attack this one.
Yeah.
It's attacking you, it doesn't really matter. And besides, I can take a hit.
Well, once again, big guy is a little bit dumb and really, really likes his friends.
Okay, fine.
So, sorry, it's just the way it's going to be with him.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
This will not be the last time this happens either.
Yeah.
Unless I
Just let me know.
trust that
just let me
your
know.
attacks later on.
Just let me know what you get on your attack roll.
Okay. Nat 20.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right. I just want to know how much damage do you do on minimum dice?
Wait, what?
What type of dice you roll?
That was a nat 20?
I know what the damage
Your-
dice.
Yeah.
No.
Now,
My
Oh,
damage
rage.
dice is a 1d10 plus 4.
Okay. So,
+2. Don't forget to add your rage.
Oh, yeah.
So 7 minimum.
So I'm just gonna say this: You will kill it, but I want to know exactly in the fashion on how you do it.
Actually, his minimum is 8 and a crit.
Split it in two.
How do you kill this thing?
You know what? As glorious as I want it to be, we're going with some skewer baseball. First thing I do is I skewer it through, toss it in the air, and then bring my halberd around like a baseball swing and split it in half as it comes down.
Ouch. Okay.
Oh, ow.
So, after that gory, gruesome...
This is some finishing move from Mortal Kombat style fatality here.
Okay, anything else?
Do not hurt my friends! And then I move 1 square over here.
Okay then. Griffin.
Okay, I take a step back.
Oh, hell no!
And I shoot my Eldritch Blast at that thing.
Alright.
Man, I wish I had the screen up so other people can see it. I'll have that fixed by next episode.
Eldritch Blasts are not doing great.
What you get?
11 again.
You were close, but not good enough. As you managed to hit the marble cobblestone flooring.
I think I intimidated him.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. Aura, what do you
Listen, I managed to actually hit something. I'm feeling a little bit cocky. Put me here.
do? Okay. You
It's
close the
also still engaged,
Yes.
so
And you do technically... I'm trying to think. Do you have that first level? Which, does he
Like
attack with advantage?
I don't think it's
Or is
attack.
that second? Or is that second
advantage.
level? Okay. Then
No,
give me your attack roll.
with sneak attack, it doesn't say anything.
Okay.
You don't need advantage on an attack roll if
Gotcha.
another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. So, since it is engaged with,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I don't
so-
I don't know rogues well, so that's why I asked. So give me your attack roll then.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yes!
Huzzah!
So roll that
Huzzah!
damage.
Okay, so first regular damage. That's that is a shitty regular damage. That's 1 regular damage plus something.
Plus your dex.
mod.
2.
So,
3 damage, and
3
then
damage. Okay.
The sneak attack.
sneak attack is thank God that makes up for it. 5.
That will kill it.
Yay!
Bad rat's gone!
What did you guys do?
We stepped down here. Also, I turn around and I look at my lovely little Viridian friend, and she might not be a hugger. I'm going to give her a small hug. Thank you, dear. That did help me tremendously. And then I'm going to look at Bolgun, and I'm going to give him a hug as well.
Okay, you just made Bolgan's day. It's like, a hug from a girl!
Okay.
Quiet, buffoon.
No, I didn't say it out loud. It's just squee in my face, you know?
Just out of curiosity, can you describe on how you killed the last rat?
Listen, I was probably oh god. Okay, so it's flavor text, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm trying to pierce my dagger through its freaking beady eyes. Or rapier through its beady eyes.
Okay. As you do, you know how people tend to have, like, if you like hit them or something, they sometimes have like a gag reaction from like blood from coming from their mouths.
Ew.
As it does this, it coughs up a humanoid finger.
Ah!
But
Not mine!
you notice it bears a platinum ring.
Ooh, hello.
And just looking at this thing, you probably would guess it goes about maybe 20 gold pieces.
Okay, so I'm going to. Ugh, this is freaking me out. Carefully get the ring off of the finger.
Okay. Do you
And-
examine it?
Just think
Oh,
of hot
heck
dogs.
yeah.
Okay. You notice there is etching on the inside of the ring,
Ooh.
and it reads and states, "Burton Boot."
Boot?
That wasn't one of the name of the people that came down earlier, was it?
I have no freaking clue. People were saying shit too fast.
I think one of them
Does the name
was named
Boots ring a bell to anyone?
I'm wearing boots.
Wasn't that the name of one of the guards or groups that got sent down here?
Maybe?
No idea. I don't think we heard the names of any of the previous people that went down here.
Definitely wasn't the name they
No.
mistaken us for.
There was two people that came down here. I know that much, right?
Mm-hmm. You do remember that there were individuals that have come down to originally investigate.
Yeah, and they were lost.
I'm
They-
just going.
and
Great
they
news.
didn't
One of them
come
was
back.
found.
Well, they're dead. So, I'm a little bit tired.
I'm just gonna punch this in. Platinum ring. Maybe worth. You said 10?
20.
20.
20 gold pieces.
So,
How do I? Oh, it didn't. Okay, it didn't want to add it. How the frick do I add this? Other possession?
Yeah.
You should be able to go to equipment and
Add items.
yeah.
Okay. So, what does everyone do after they gather themselves and either?
Continue to bleed on the floor.
So
I'm gonna try to help kind of dab any of the blood that you're. Yeah.
Here, buffoon, drink this. I hand him one of the potions.
Okay.
I hesitantly take it and look at the sparkly and go, "Oh God, I'm gonna die."
Okay.
Actually,
I'm looking up at you
shouldn't-
with big eyes.
You drink it?
You shouldn't know this.
Hmm?
You shouldn't know this. I think
No, what?
God damn it.
about the potion.
Well, they don't, but do you drink it?
And
Hesitantly, I probably do because it was given to me by a friend.
All right. You.
And I'm
drink
looking
it?
up at him with big eyes.
Um.
I died.
All right. So no. You heal 1 hit point.
Hmm.
I mean,
a little
it's better
watered
than
down,
nothing,
maybe.
right?
Well, I'm officially at half health now.
You want another?
No, thank you. Keep it for yourself, little one. You may need it later.
But in contrast to all this, it did have a nice taste to it, though.
Tastes like unicorn sprinkles.
what now?
How do you know what a unicorn tastes like?
It was a weird weekend once.
So I'm taking it that the potions that the little one has don't seem potent.
Watered down would be an understatement.
Oh, good thing I got the out of character. Good thing I got the one from the zombie lady.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, you still might be able to save yourself with the 1 HP, so I mean, keeping them still could be useful. That and the fact if you just need a nice quick
I
drink
guess
of
you
some
You
kind.
could save someone with it.
Or if you're just thirsty.
So, at this point, does everyone do? Are you guys going to either taking the continuing adventuring onward, or
I mean, we can't really long or short rest because we already did that.
yeah.
Technically, I did save myself for that, but then again, that means you guys wouldn't be able to do anything, so yeah, not probably a good idea.
We wouldn't be able to heal now.
Perhaps we could go a little bit further, find a...
So it looks like this way is kind of caved in, right?
I think they're
the
both
The southern portion is caved in, yes.
Okay, well, depending on.
And just a side note, so for some reason this block is visible right here. I don't know if you know that.
I'm not sure where you're clicking because I'm zoomed out. Where are you looking at?
Bottom.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So perhaps we should just keep moving, try and find a better stop to rest, someplace
Yeah.
where with less open than this. Unless you guys want to go up to the city.
That seems silly. Okay, well, in that case, I guess I'll be willing to go first, and I'm going to kind of try to be the quietest I can be. I'm also going to tell my group to just kind of fall back a little bit.
I put bandages on my wounds and limp along as best I can to keep up with everybody.
Okay,
Alright,
so...
Mhm.
Ah! That is horrible.
What'd you get?
Okay, so 8 plus 6, 14 stealth.
Okay.
I
So-
cannot roll.
Okay. So you generally keep your footsteps light. as
Can
you-
I?
Hmm?
Okay, listen, we just dealt with a bunch of rats. Can I look around to make sure there's no more rat holes or things of that nature that we might have to deal with?
Rat holes is when someone cuts you off in traffic.
You can give me a perception check or investigation.
Phew. Perception is +1. What's my investigation? Also +1. God damn it. 14?
We're just too early in the game for high-level rolls.
You look around generally on what you can maybe determine on what could be holes in the wall for a rat-sized creature, and generally looks empty. You don't see or hear anything coming from it.
I'm keeping away from those holes.
Okay.
Well, we could just fill those holes up with a bubble, but that'll
Have
take
me
a while.
just shove stuff in random holes? That sounds dirty.
Yeah. I'm not helping with that.
You're too young for that kind of work.
Of course.
Yeah, young.
Okay. So you generally traverse down this long passageway, and a good portion of the tunnel is natural cavern. But you do get a whiff of... Ugh. Is that sewage water?
Okay, I do have to ask, we are close to the shoreline, right?
Yes.
Can we smell salt through the walls? Like, is this like a salt cave, or is this just like a limestone cave that's been carved out from rainwater runoff, or what?
You're not really getting a salt kind of like smell. And let's see.
Also, is it humid down here? And then, like, is there any kind of moisture coming from the ocean?
I would say there's a minor chill.
Hmm.
Alright, so let's see. Let's go. Alright, so. But essentially, as you traverse further down this passageway, do you notice a lot of other side passages are blocked by rubble, which makes the tunnel seem smaller than it should be normally.
Being a, oh jeez, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not miner, not carpenter.
Stonemason.
Stonemason.
Goliath.
Does it look like the tunnels were caved in on purpose, or was it just natural rubble falling down from the environment?
It looks like while the stonework has been like worked, however, though because of the fissure that has occurred, it probably had like ruined a good portion of it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe the other adventuring parties collapsed it to cut something off. Is what I'm more curious of.
So at which point I'm gonna relocate your characters, as you generally are moving as a group, and to make things a little easy for me.
Do you want to have one of the characters like Nishi's
I
character
was-
like a block or two ahead of us?
Yeah, I was trying to be a little bit ahead,
Yeah.
though I don't see that helping much.
Well, generally you haven't come across or found anything.
Oh God, where did we go?
We're bottom
Um,
right where that block was exposed earlier.
Oh, okay.
So, and I will reveal said area location.
Suddenly, 10,000 rats.
I swear to God, if I had a
swear to
fire
God.
spell,
That's what I was gonna, think. I was like, anyone got fire? I'm okay, burn me. Earlier, but
Okay, so this
What?
particular room.
TF?
well, boss fight
This-
incoming.
This reticular chamber shows no earthquake damage, possibly
Cool.
because of the buttress and columns supporting the walls and ceiling. 4 pools of liquid are set into the floor. 1 blue, another green, a third clear, and the last cloudy. Carving on the walls seemingly depict the pools, and show robed figures submerging themselves within. At the far end of the chamber stands a double door with a large, ornately carved lock.
So clear like water kind of
Sweet,
clear?
a bathhouse.
It looks like it, yeah.
Can I go, I guess, inspect the water?
There's 4 of us, so I mean, are we all supposed to get in a pool?
Are you which one are you going to?
The one that doesn't look like murky bath water? The clear
Okay.
one.
So you
I don't know about the green one. I don't trust that.
You know what?
Chances
I
are
want to check out this one.
the green one is
I wanna
probably
ch-
sewage.
hold
The
on.
blue one, I don't know about the blue one. The clear one seems the least likely to be weird.
Okay, so alright, so Nishi is checking the clear one, Bolgan is checking the cloudy one.
I figured it's kind of gray like me. Why don't I look inside?
Alright, what were the other 2 doing?
I'm gonna jumping in it.
You're gonna jump in?
You're gonna
Yes,
jump
I
in.
am.
right into it.
You're just going to go into a viscous liquid without
I
knowing?
was going around the
I love how your
looking if
character-
there's any text.
I love how that character just looks like they're literally sitting in a kiddie pool because of the cutout.
Okay.
I-
Let's see here. Alright, well. Alright, we'll go with Riffin first, so let me see here.
This is gonna be fun. I'm in danger.
Especially with that sitting pose you have. It's perfect Ralphie right now.
No, Griff, I have a +3 in perception. Did I not say I had a +3?
Okay. Aside from what was mentioned about the carvings, it seems practically obvious. You don't find anything per se. Now, Jewel. So
Yes.
you decided to just jump right in.
Yes, I did.
Well, let's hope it's not hydrochloric acid.
Okay, so this is a little deeper than you imagine. You can imagine it's 10 feet deep.
That's deeper than me.
And at that point, give me a charisma saving throw.
A charisma save. Oh boy. And I.
The darkness swallows you.
Hold on. Racial feats. I have advantage on charisma saves.
What? Might I ask what's giving you advantage?
It's part of the Verdan.
Okay then. In that case, roll.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up. Because I'm looking over my saving throws. It has an A on charisma and an A on wit. You know what? I could probably pull it off of
Don't worry.
roll
I'll take your-
20.
I'll take your word for it. So just let me know what you roll.
Alrighty. Okay, let's do this. Oh, it's part of my telepathic insight.
Okay. So tell me what you get.
Okay, I have a +6 to charisma. Let's go. That is a 25.
Okay, so at first you submerge yourself into these waters. And you know how you are how you express your ideas to other people?
Yes.
You kind of get a similar notion, but more in a vision sense.
Oh God.
As you an image of horrors overwhelms your mind. But however, because of your how your mental mindset is, you manage to see through the horror images. Many of these images are kind of vary between from how your flesh is rotting, either between you and just the horrors that you're seeing your companions going through. Others are going through crumbling edifices, and even to a horrible, horrible political speech you once had to sit through with your father.
The horrible orange man is king.
However, though, because how strong your mental mindset is, you manage to actually look past them, knowing that these are not real. And with that said, for the current moment, you are now being granted advantage on initiative rolls because you succeeded.
Yes.
That's what you get for
Okay.
swimming in Freddy Krueger's bathwater.
So this thing looks clear, right? So like water, maybe. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to try here.
Okay.
One, does it sound like it's sizzling?
No.
Okay. I want to take just the tip of my pinky and just dip it in for a second. Well,
Okay.
dip it in and just leave it there.
Okay.
Any burning, any uncomfortableness, numbness, tingling?
No, doesn't appear to be hurting you.
Okay, lift that finger up. Smell. Does it smell caustic or anything?
You smell it. It smells. No smell to it.
And I heard the kersplash behind me, right?
I think everybody looked in that direction like, the hell?
Cannonball.
Okay, well, if that weird... You said there was pictures on the wall of people submerging themselves?
Yes.
I'm going to remove my weapons just in case.
Okay.
And yeah, okay, let's take a dip.
Okay. So you lay your weapons aside, as well as what other valuables you probably don't want to get wet,
Yeah.
and you enter the pool. Do you fully submerge yourself?
Sure. This
Okay, then.
this can't go anywhere.
I believe
I'm gonna
in you.
drown.
So
You can
May
do
the
it.
odds ever be in
you
your
hold your
favor.
breath, and you go down. At which point, I want you to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, so saving throw. So that's a D20 plus my modifier.
I feel like
You
for not
should
climbing
have
either
it.
one of those pools.
You should have on the left side of your character sheet. There should be
Yeah.
a saving throw block. So
Yeah, but do I use a D20?
yeah, you
Yes.
use a D. Yes, you roll a D20 and add the saving throw modifier for intelligence.
19, 20, 21?
Okay. Let's see.
Maybe? Please?
Relax.
I can only assume that these things get worse and worse if they have anything going on.
Okay, so as you dip yourself into the water, ideas pop into your head. But as for why these ideas are seeping into your mind, it's not something you may or may not always think about, but like possibilities among the multiverse just pour into your head, almost to the point where it feels like it's just hurting you. But you steady your thoughts, you steady your resolve.
Okay.
And because you are managed to able to sustain your clarity of the mind with all this possible theories of the multiverse that just pour, you now have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks and saving throws.
Nice. Take
Okay.
that, little one.
Okay, so what you mean by checks is like,
Skill checks.
Yeah, skill checks or saving throws.
so you said intelligence.
Wisdom and charisma.
This works. I mean, I don't see the charisma coming into play here, but
You may be able to convince rats not to bite you.
but wisdom is, I would have advantage with my perceptions and survival and stealth.
Huzzah!
No. Stealth is dex.
No.
Survival
No,
and perception.
for the moment, yeah.
I don't know how long this lasts, but I like it.
You can take a little water with you.
I'm gonna kind of, surface, be like, well, that's refreshing, and I get out and start putting my stuff back on and together.
Okay. So, Olgan, what are you doing?
Okay, well, first off, remember, I'm a little bit hurt, so, before even the splashing occurred, I had dropped down and kind of sniffed the water, maybe get a little bit on my fingers to see if, if it felt like caustic or anything like that. So,
All right.
what happened with that?
Doing? All right, so you're at the cloudy one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read.
So you're doing very similar to what I did to make sure it's not
Kind
like
of, because
acid.
unlike certain crazy people throwing
Walls or-
themselves into fluids, I would probably be a little cautious with a temple. I mean, I'm seeing the walls just like everybody else, seeing people dipping themselves into the water, so I'm kind of like, I'm hurt. I would like to
All right.
soothe my injuries, but I don't want to jump into poison.
Yeah.
So you dip your finger in, and it doesn't seem to be burning you. I mean,
Does it smell like oil or anything acidic?
I mean, doesn't
Like,
seem.
no one
well,
wants to
it's
jump
not,
into a vat
not
of,
burning.
Lamp oil.
It's not burning you.
So I probably first start off, this is probably about the time I hear the splash of the other one. I
Oh, yeah.
probably start by splashing a little bit on my wound site of one of my bites. Probably the shoulder, actually, where I got that knife from earlier. But quickly after seeing my other companion start dipping herself in as well, I probably take off my boots and put my weapon and backpack down and slide painfully into the water, trying to submerge all the injuries I had.
Okay.
At least to my shoulders, for both my arms are outside the water. And splashing a little bit of water from my free arm onto the wound site on my shoulder where I took the dagger from earlier.
So, are you fully submerging yourself?
I,
It's a slow test kind of thing.
I'm probably working my way down. I mean, I start by,
Okay.
fingers, and I got my splashing, then I've dipped myself in. I'm kind of like, okay, I'll sink a little bit more.
Okay. So, initially, as you're in the water, nothing appears to happen, or at least it's like, I mean, this water's cloudy, but it's fine. Then you slowly start to submerge yourself into the pool. Give me a wisdom check.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Check or save.
Well,
How
unlock.
wise are you, Boulder?
Well, I got a +0, so.
Oh
Not
no.
that much.
Oh no. Roll high.
Rawhide! No, that's the wrong thing.
Honestly, he wouldn't have done any better.
It's an 8.
Oh no.
Well,
Okay,
I'm going
so-
down to fishes.
So, as you are kind of soaking yourself in this pool, it's like, oh, this seems rather nice. Then you submerge yourself. At first, it's like, oh, this is fine. This is fine. Then all of a sudden, your wounds feel a little itchy.
Oh, the poison seeping in.
And, to the point where it feels like it's kind of burning your wounds a bit. And let's see what happens. You know what? I'm going to roll just for.
Well,
the kicks.
I figured out what the solution is. It's hydrogen peroxide.
Well, you take 2 points of acid damage.
Ow!
And it's like, wait, oh god.
Okay, so Joel, either we found a couple of good ones, or
I've
we
been running,
have a
jumping.
50-50 chance.
The green one.
And because you failed, you gain vulnerability to acid damage.
Oh, buddy.
The stone face shall be burned asunder.
But to be fair, as you come out of the pool, your skin does have a nice polish to it.
I am marbled! Why?
I would think that you would like that.
Well, I mean, I figure that would be negative to stealth.
Like, ooh, very smooth.
I'll have to pull a solid snake and pretend to be a marble statue and just, like, strike a pose when guards walk by. That is a detailed statue. Yeah, I sure am. Whoops.
So,
That was a weird pool.
Yeah.
Well, at least my boots and weapons are okay.
Yeah, good.
You
yeah.
look a lot cleaner, Buffoon.
My wounds burn with the fires of hell!
Has anyone checked out that green one?
Actually, no.
I may want to crawl over there and crawl in myself.
I'm very cautious of anything that looks that color as liquid.
I have great news for you. I know it's not acid.
I mean, it could be. It could be green acid.
I'll
Well,
jump in it if no one else wants to.
I honestly, if Galder doesn't want to, I'm probably going to crawl in it just to get the burning off of me from the other pool.
I would suggest maybe the other one, but I don't trust any of these anymore. I'm just gonna come over to here and just carefully just pat him down. Okay,
My
on a
bandages
scale
are
of
melting
1
off.
On a scale of 1 to whatever the heck your HP is, how are you?
Current health is 6 out of 16.
I'm going to hand you.
I was nearly going to say that, if it was a good solution, I was going to
I'm
take a
going
vial of it,
to-
but...
No, it would have to be the whole thing in order for it to be useful, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise,
I'm just
that's
going to hand you.
submersion.
Well, it means if it had any kind of healing effect, I was going to take that empty vial from the potion I was given earlier that gave me 1 HP and try to take some with me. I'm definitely not now.
So
Then again,
what-
it was acidic.
So Riffin, what are you doing as everyone is collecting themselves from
And writhing in
submerging
pain on the
themselves in the
floor.
pool? Is there anything else that you are doing?
Well, there was no text of any kind.
Not that you've seen, just mainly carvings that basically show robed figures submerging themselves within.
Okay. Well, I was looking around the room mostly, so if there's
Okay.
nothing about...
Well, there is the double doors, so
Yeah.
you do get
But-
to the double doors.
Okay.
Do you examine the door as well, or?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Alright, so just give me a general investigation check.
Okay. Ugh. Not too great. That's a 12.
Mm-hmm. You generally look around this door as well as the lock itself. It's like you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. I mean, it looks like a very sturdy lock on a door. Nothing really else seems to catch your attention.
Well, I know for myself it's not my forte, so I do not trust that there is nothing about it, or at least I do not I'm not an expert. I would prefer an expert's opinion on it.
Okay. So, what's everyone else doing?
Writhing in pain.
I am currently trying to pat down Bolgun's wounds, and I grab the healing potion that I have, and I give it to him, and I say, I think this one might be of better quality than the others.
Thank you. So how much does it heal? Do I need to roll for the heal?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. This one
And-
actually does be good.
So 2d4 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 total between the two of them. And he said plus 2, so that's 6.
So you heal
I
6
mean-
points of damage.
It got you somewhere, right?
It's better than before.
Yeah, back up to 12 out of 16 now, so I'm only 4 points from max.
So, yay?
Huzzah!
And
Now, I'm
secondly-
curious. Is this actually an acid pool? Like, could we use the empty bottles now to collect some acid, or...
No,
No.
because you noticed, even for... What's your wisdom?
Not great. It's like a 10.
You noticed that, well, 10's average, so it's like, you didn't notice the effects affecting you until you fully submerged yourself.
Hmm.
Because it's like, you were just washing yourself over your body, and it's like, oh, it's fine, it's great, it's just water.
Oh, it's starting to burn. Oh, ow, ow.
He
I'm-
noticed it was burning after you submerged yourself.
I'm basically the lobster in the pot.
So, what does everyone else do?
I'm gonna yell, Swan dive! As a,
Are you going back into the same pool?
And
I'm
I'm
going
just,
in the green one.
I'm still looking at
Um,
Bolgon. I'm still looking at Bolgon, and I'm like, did she just jump into
Yeah.
that other pool?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we both realize what's going to happen here. We might need to go rescue.
Yes. So I'm gonna head over to this pool because if I start seeing her flail or anything, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Grab
I'm going to the next available spot next to as well, because
Okay.
I just got burned from hell. She knew that something's wrong with her pool too, and we're like, oh no.
Okay, so you jumped into the green pool.
Yep.
I don't see this
You're
going
now the
well
hobgoblin.
at all because it's green.
Let's see here. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I
Oh,
got a
jeez.
plus 5 to con.
Oh well.
Now I wish I
Hey?
jumped into that one. Got a plus
Yeah.
4.
That was cocked. That one also got cocked. I'm going to different dice. That won't cock, hopefully. Okay, that is 13.
13.
Oh, that seems low.
That's a low number. That's like near
Oh,
my
God.
number.
Okay, let's see here. You
Don't
would
die.
You would expect, because of the green, you figured, oh, this is gonna burn me. Who cares? Well,
Oh, it's gonna
but,
burn. Hair.
as you do feel initial sting at first, but it doesn't seem to be hurting you, or at least you're able to endure this type of sting. And you notice you seem to be gaining a bit of a minor resistance to this, as the sting seems to just wash away. And because of your success, you gain resistance to poison damage.
Boulder, go.
I'm just
That's
swimming around.
How do you look when you jumped in? Does it look like any of us would jump in after you, like, no? Or does it look like we're all trying to reach in there and grab you, or Just-
I don't know.
just from the perspective,
You just
Serdan?
from what was described, you saw him run across the room and he yelled "Swan, dive!" And it's like you got up, Aura got up, you started to run after him.
Actually, it was
It's like-
after the fact because all I heard was swan dive and then the splash, and I asked, "Did she just go into the
Yeah.
green pool?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Crap!" And we just both walked over there.
And At this point, let me see. How did that happen? Okay, that makes sense. Joel,
Yes.
as you are, how long do you stay submerged in this water?
Probably after the stinging goes away and it gets comfy, I swim to the surface. I'm doing backstrokes while looking up at everyone. Hi!
Are you okay?
This is comfy.
As you bring yourself to the surface, you feel something in your pocket, something that wasn't there before.
Pocket sand.
Because there's something there that wasn't there before.
I need to.
Guys,
something
something
from-
just appeared in my pocket.
Do
I
not
jumped in with nothing.
do not expect random gifts from random tarts in the water.
I offer my hand to her.
I take the hand.
Okay.
All right, dear, come on. What do you mean there's something in your pocket?
Do you investigate it?
I'm gonna reach in and take out what's in it.
I'm concerned.
Okay.
Is it a ring?
As you reach
Is it a
into-
rat?
Is it a dead rat?
Let me finish. Sheesh. When
It's a dead
you
rat.
reach when you reach into your pocket, you feel like it's a key, and you pull it out. It is a silver studded with polished red garnets.
Do everybody see it, or is it just
Everyone sees this.
I didn't have this before.
Can I see it, dear?
Hey, Riften,
Here you
is there a
go.
keyhole over there?
Got the rat step away. But you do know that there is a lock on the door.
Well, I mean, we could give it a shot.
I'm gonna go over to the door
Okay.
and I'm looking at the key
Okay.
and I'm going to look at the door. Does it look like this key might go to the door?
Seems possible.
This room seemed weird to me, right?
My flesh was burning.
And-
Yes, I would say
and-
very weird.
In what manner? Magically or just character intuition?
I want to go with character intuition on this because, like,
Your character.
we
can
just
believe-
suddenly had a we just suddenly got a key.
There
I
we
mean,
go, accepting
it-
random swords from random tarts and water.
I mean, it seems weird just because of that. So your character is more within line to actually come to that conclusion.
Okay. Let's see here. And I do have an advantage on intelligence
Mm-hmm.
checks.
Yes.
I'm searching this door for traps.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
That one was a 15, so that's 16, and the other one is nope, that's a 7. So 16.
You are investigating the door, and it's a nice ornate carving door with a lock on it.
So it doesn't seem trapped at all.
No, not that you appear.
I
Okay.
couldn't find anything either, but I'm no expert.
Okay.
And I'm just
Okay.
wringing out
Is it
my
the-
clothes and probably the cape from the little one.
Is it a stone door?
Let's see.
Because maybe the stone mason here knows
Mhm.
something about it.
It's a rock. Sorry.
Seems very
No,
stone-like.
it is not a stone door.
Okay, well,
Okay,
Great news, everyone. I know it's not stone.
it seems fine. I'm gonna try the key, I guess.
Okay.
Uh,
You stick the key into the lock, and as the lock unlocks, the door slowly opens.
needs
Come in.
oil.
do you think this is a skeleton key?
Doesn't look dead to me.
Upon closer looking at this key, you probably would value this key being worth at least 25 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's worth something, but that doesn't mean that it might. Okay, I'm more hopeful that this is a skeleton key, and if there's any more doors, we can get the frick through this place. But, and that is the only reason that I'm taking the key with me, not because it's worth money. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
It just so happens you take it out with you.
Key, but maybe for this place.
And with that said, we are going to end today's session here.
Ah.
All right.
So,
That was a thing that happened.
Perhaps we should just rest in this room. It's fortified.
Well, the door's opened already, so that's kind of out.
well, nothing's wrong with stopping you. I mean, but we'll get to that next time, and hopefully we can get other things corrected by then. So with that said, thanks everyone for watching today's session, Ack Inc. D&D session.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you enjoyed my swan dive. Pools of weird magic.
Definitely enjoyed the swan dive.
And what other dangers as well as mysteries await the rest of our companions? Only time will tell. Until then, take care, everyone, and have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Later.
May the dice be in your favor.